Welcome to another quick bite video from Insurance Domain Training Center. Imagine a customer asking your insurance company, "What personal data do you have about me?" Or, "Please delete my personal information." Can your systems identify that data across all applications and respond quickly? This is exactly why the Digital Personal Data Protection, or DPDP, Act is so important. It has transformed data protection from a purely legal and compliance concern into a critical system design and architecture requirement. In this video, I will explain the key pillars of the DPDP Act and discuss what insurance carriers need to do from a business, technology, and operational perspective to comply with these requirements. Let's get started.
Please note that any data shown in this video, including phone number or name, are not representing any real person or actual phone number. These are shown as examples and for educational purpose only.
Meet Priya. She's doing something we've all done, shopping for car insurance on her phone. She enters her details and hits Submit. In older computer systems, typing in that phone number kicks off an uncontrolled chain reaction behind the scenes. Once that number is in the system, it instantly clones itself. It spreads across 20 to 50 different locations across the company's entire network, from billing and marketing servers to external storage buckets. Because her personal info is now scattered across dozens of different places, the company loses track of who can see it. Priya's phone starts ringing with sales calls for health insurance policies she never asked for. Legacy insurance databases were built to share information as widely as possible to keep the business moving. They lacked the structural design to keep a secret. India's Digital Personal Data Protection Act, or DPDP, forces a total reversal of how that information is handled. Under this law, Priya is the data principal, the true owner of her personal information. The insurance company is the data fiduciary, meaning they are the legally responsible guardians of Priya's data, carrying the full penalty for any misuse. Complying with this law is impossible with just a strong password at the office. Privacy must be physically coded into the heart of the database. This brings us to the first pillar, consent management. When Priya signs up, the system creates an encrypted receipt. This receipt tracks exactly what she agreed to, the specific time, and the language. That leads to pillar 2, purpose limitation. The system attaches a tag to her phone number, physically locking it to car insurance only. If a marketing team tries to use that number for a different campaign, the database rejects the request automatically. Pillar 3 is data minimization. This is a strict digital filter, blocking the system from asking for information not strictly necessary for the transaction. For example, the engine used to calculate a quick price estimate doesn't need Priya's tax ID, her PAN card, to do its job. Collecting that sensitive financial identifier before it's actually needed for a final policy is now a violation. These 3 pillars act as a digital bouncer, ensuring the database only takes in what is required and strictly controls what it's used for. Let's say Priya decides to cancel her policy and requests that her data be deleted. This triggers pillar 4, retention and erasure. Here, architects face a conflict. The privacy law says delete it now, but the insurance regulator requires companies to keep financial records for 7 years for audits. To solve this, engineers use a live and vault system. Priya's information is instantly scrubbed from the active screens where employees work, and a permanent record is moved into a locked digital archive for legal purposes. Pillar 5 ensures Priya can make requests easily via a single portal to fix mistakes or ask for deletion. This portal can't rely on manual tickets. It must trigger automated commands that instantly update or scrub her data across every department. Managing this lifecycle requires an automated brain that knows the exact status of every file, rather than a simple delete button. There is a hidden risk in how software is built. Pillar 6 addresses software testing. Developers often copy live customer databases to test new features. To protect Priya, companies use a pipeline that scrambles her details or creates fictional versions of her data before it ever reaches a developer screen. Pillar 7 covers external partners. If Priya gets into an accident, her details might need to go to an auto repair garage. A digital security checkpoint monitors that connection. It checks every request to ensure the garage only sees the specific details needed for the repair, and it blocks the garage from passing that data to anyone else. Pillar 8 is security by design. We must move past the idea that internal networks are safe. This requires a never-assume safety approach. Instead of one front door, every folder has its own lock, and data is encrypted at the row level, protected between departments. Because the insurance company is fully liable, they must defend the unseen supply chains and testing layers just as heavily as their main website. Looking at millions of records across an entire enterprise, the true scale of this challenge becomes clear. The clock is running out. Strict rules from government ministries and insurance regulators are coming into force with tight deadlines. By November 2026, every system must be able to connect natively to government-registered consent platforms through specialized digital connections. A system built 10 years ago might calculate prices perfectly, but because the system wasn't originally built from the ground up to physically isolate and strictly protect that data, it is now fundamentally non-compliant. DPDP compliance is a massive engineering transformation. The companies that thrive over the next decade will be the ones that rebuild their entire foundation around privacy, consent, and security.
Thank you for watching the Quick Bite series from www.insuedot.com. Please like and subscribe to our videos for you to get notification when we upload new videos.